What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Casual Academy. My name is Nathan Karimi, and I'm joined as always by my cousin and co-host.
What's up, guys? I'm Kevin Zimbelman.
Casual Academy MMA is the only MMA history podcast that goes fight by fight. But tonight, we're going to look at a different kind of history. History in the making. The Paramount era is upon us, and it is no doubt an era. And let me say this, it starts with a banging card, so let's jump right in.
All right. So for the first main event of the Paramount era at UFC 324, we have Justin Gaethje taking on the surging, I guess, if you want to call him that.
Absolutely.
Paddy Pimblett. Gaethje is a plus 190 underdog, and Paddy's a 230 favorite. Gaethje's last three, he defeated Rafael Fiziev by unanimous decision. He lost to Max Holloway in the greatest knockout of UFC history.
For sure.
And he knocked out Dustin Poirier. Paddy's last three, he defeated Michael Chandler via TKO. He subbed King Green, and he beat Tony Ferguson.
Okay, I'll kick off. I do not have strong feelings about this fight. I love it. I think it's a great matchup. I'm not really mad at it anymore about it being like an interim title. Like, obviously, Armand got fooked and all that. I'm leaning like 55-45 towards Paddy. I think Paddy's younger, stronger, hungrier, and at this point in his career, I feel like he's probably more durable and probably better. Now, prime Justin versus prime Paddy, I still think that's a good fight, which is what makes me think that at this age, Paddy takes it.
How do you see Paddy winning this?
Just maybe a decision with more control and damage from the top, or a late submission.
Okay. All right.
What you got?
Man, dude, people are sleeping on Justin Gaethje.
Yeah.
And I was on that train as well, where I was like, Gaethje's old and washed. Paddy's going to come in and just get him to the ground, submit him, kind of Habib-like, obviously without the pressure, nothing. But I could see Paddy grabbing his back or whatever. And Paddy's great on the ground.
Yeah, he is.
Now.
And he's creative.
Here's how I also see this fight going, is Paddy thinking he could stand up with Gaethje and getting pieced up. I saw Gaethje do a backflip at the weigh-ins, bro. I was like, okay, this guy's not as washed as we think.
I don't think he's washed.
Yeah, you could do a standing backflip. I was like, all right, maybe Gaethje still got a lot of life to him. And I think Paddy's inexperience is going to play in this fight. I think he's going to try standing with him, and Gaethje's going to show him immediately why that can't be done. And then it's going to be too late. He's going to have a lot of damage accumulated, and I don't think he'll be able to grapple as well as he would. I see Gaethje winning by unanimous decision.
Dude, I could see it happening. Like, I don't disagree with anything you said. One thing that I disagree with that is just the general consensus, I want to say two things, and then we can move on. Number one, I've been on the Paddy train since, like, his fucking fight Cage Warriors days.
Yeah.
I've always thought Paddy was good. I knew he was a loose cannon and needed to tighten things up. I think he's tightened. I think he's ready to go. I feel fairly confident he's going to win. I also think, and I know that I just think stance-wise, I feel like Paddy's the better kicker. I know that's crazy because everybody like admires Justin's kicking ability and all that stuff. I just don't think Paddy's going to be there for it.
Dude, see, this is another way I can see this fight going, is Justin Gaethje throwing a naked leg kick, getting punched, and then Paddy grabbing his back.
Yeah, that's what I mean is I like,
see that going too.
You know, yeah.
But
Paddy beat the fuck out of Michael Chandler.
I don't give a shit.
Justin didn't.
Yeah, it's Michael Chandler, bro. I just feel like he's just getting worse as time goes on. He doesn't care. I mean, I'm looking at Paddy's last three, and this is the most like abysmal last three. Like, as far as the worst way your wins can age, it's these three.
No, he has three awful wins.
To me, this is Paddy's like first test. Like, now, is he legit?
Now, the Dustin Poirier head kick, I do believe in. I'm not going to lie. I do believe in lucky shots, and I think that was pretty close to a lucky shot. Max Holloway lost. He got the fuck beat out of him. That wasn't just a KO. The Rafael Fiziev fight, Dude, we don't know Fiziev. We don't know where Fiziev is at all. He's literally, his only real test has been Chandler.
Fair enough, but I mean, just looking at the opponents, and it's like night and day difference of competition. So to me, if Gaethje is really getting a step down in competition and Paddy's really getting a step up, we'll see.
We're meeting at a good spot and a good time. So, okay, I'll take Paddy. You take Justin.
Yeah.
Cool. What we got next?
The next fight, the co-main of UFC 324, because unfortunately Kayla Harrison had to pull out of that fight. We have Sean O'Malley.
Quick take. Who would have won Harrison and
Man,
Nunez?
I don't know.
I think Nunez would have beat the fuck out of her personally.
That would have been tight. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had no idea about that.
Yeah.
So we have Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. O'Malley's a 200 favorite, even though he's coming off of 2 losses. And, I mean, his losses are to Merab, though.
Yeah.
So, take that for how you will. And he's going up against Song Yadong, a 165 favorite, who he beat Henry Cejudo.
A 165 underdog.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 165 underdog. He beat Henry Cejudo, and he lost to Petr Yan and Chris Gutierrez. No, he beat Chris Gutierrez, right?
And he beat Chris Gutierrez, right. Okay, who do you got in this one?
I think O'Malley's going to win, kind of like a Adesanya-style striking class.
Dude, I almost agree with you 100%, except now that I'm seeing this and I'm thinking about those 2 losses, there's a couple things. I have like thoughts in both directions on this fight. My initial just blanket, like quick thought is O'Malley's going to put on a clinic and just be steps above Song Yadong the whole time. But I don't know how hungry O'Malley is. And these X factors are maybe the most important thing in fighting, I'm starting to realize.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, he also might be extra hungry because Petr Yan has the title and he technically won that fight. So he probably sees a path to the title. If all is equal and we think that O'Malley is hungry and Yadong is hungry, I think O'Malley puts on a clinic.
Now, what if Yadong wrestles?
I don't think that's going to matter 1%.
Okay.
Yeah, I think O'Malley... I think Merab's pace is what killed O'Malley. I don't think that it was necessarily like his wrestling, but who knows, man? I've not seen anything out of Yadong that made me like think that I was super. I'm not that impressed with Yadong.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree. I see this fight going 2 ways. Either O'Malley just outstrikes him for 3 rounds, puts on, striking clinic in that way, or he hurts him and they stop the fight early just to give O'Malley the dub.
Dude, that's going to be a real harsh entry into the Paramount era if that's the case. Both fair statements. Looks like we both got O'Malley.
Yeah, I think O'Malley's going to show up motivated for this fight. He's going to get the Petr Yan fight, and he's going to get absolutely demolished.
I think Petr Yan, the more I think about it, I think we are entering the Petr Yan era.
Hey, we said that before.
He is so fucking good.
Yeah. All right, so O'Malley.
O'Malley, for sure. Derrick Lewis versus Waldo Cortes Acosta. Lewis is a 260 underdog, and Waldo Cortes Acosta is a 325 favorite. His last 3 was a knockout over Shamil Gaziev, which was kind of just a last-minute fly out to another country where he just fought, got the knockout. Ante Delia, who's Tom Aspinall's training partner. He got that first round knockout after a little bit of controversy with the eye poke, but nonetheless, that guy was kind of a surging contender, and Acosta knocked him out pretty good. Acosta also had a nice performance in a unanimous decision victory against a very scary but very timid Sergey Pavlovich.
Very timid.
All for your winner by unanimous decision, Sergey Pavlovich.
So I'm going to say this, and I've said this before, and I will say it again. Maybe I hang on to shit. Like, I don't like Alexander Hernandez because of his cheap shot on Beneil Dariush. I did not like how Acosta was behaving in his fight against How does my pee-pee taste? What's his name?
Tim Sylvia and your former ex-girlfriend. What was up with all that stuff?
You know what? I'm not interested, and it's his business. And if he did something with him, I just want to ask you, hey, Tim, how's taste my pee? Okay.
All right.
Andrei Arlovsky. I have said this before. I think Waldo Cortes Acosta is the worst fighter to have ever had success in the UFC. That said, he is on a tear, and I kind of could see him knocking out. I'm going to go Lewis KO.
Costa's good. He's going to knock Derrick Lewis the fuck out.
Very, 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 very likely, but I'm going to go Lewis KO because
I can't believe you don't think Cortes Acosta is good.
I think he's, dude.
That's a Dominican guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Salsa
bro.
boy.
Yeah, he's athletic. He has fast hands. He counterpunches pretty well.
I mean, he beat Shamil Gaziev, who's terrible. Ante Delia, we have no clue how that, first of all, Ante Delia was winning that fight, and then it got basically stopped.
Yeah.
And then Sergey Pavlovich has not been the same since Tom ate his soul.
Yeah, no, this is true. But, I think Costa's going to put Derrick Lewis out.
Very, very likely. That's what I was initially going to say. But the more I think about it, I'm just like, I think this dude's run is going to come to an end. And Derrick Lewis, even with losses behind him, which, by the way, let me say this. Derrick Lewis has a victory over Taliesin Teixeira. He has a knockout victory, of course. He's the knockout king. A knockout victory over Rodrigo Nascimento, and then a unanimous decision loss where get-up jitsu didn't work enough against Jailton Almeida. None of those are mega impressive. And quite frankly, the Taliesin Teixeira fight was a bit of an early stoppage. I just think Lewis is going to find his chin in one of those exchanges.
Hey, I can't wait for this fight, dude, because these guys don't give a fuck. They're not going to run from the fire. They're going to run to the fire, and we're going to see who's going to come out burned or not.
Yeah, man. I'm going to go Lewis first round knockout.
I got Costa first round knockout.
Cool. That's probably more likely. I just have a feeling.
And Derrick Lewis, he looks like he's in the best shape of his life right now.
Peptides, dude. The UFC gave him peptides.
Yeah.
And Jeff Nowitzki said that did not happen.
This takes us to Rose Namajunas versus Natalia Silva. Rose is a 320 underdog, being the legend that she is, but she's kind of had a little bit of a rough skid recently. I mean, she beat Miranda Maverick by unanimous decision, but she lost to Erin Blanchfield, and she beat Tracy Cortez.
Yep.
Natalia Silva, on the other hand, has a win over Alexa Grasso, Jessica Andrade, and Viviana Rujo, all by unanimous decision. Silva is the 440 favorite, and I think that's for good reason.
Dude, I agree. I think this simply comes down to one thing. I think that Rose is not cut out for 125. I think she's a 115-pound fighter. Rose is one of the most interesting stories of the UFC in terms of like her ups and downs in her career, because there is like a weird argument for Rose as the greatest woman of all time. I'm not making that argument. She dogged Joanna in the first fight, came back and proved it in the rematch. She knocked what's her name, Weili out.
Yeah.
Proved it in the rematch.
Lost to Carlos
Esparza in just the most absurd fight. Lost to fucking Jessica Andrade in the most absurd fight. Avenged that loss. I feel like Rose, when she's on at 115, could have, should have, and would have been the greatest ever. But she just had a weird career.
Yeah.
Probably with Pat Barry whispering in her ear is my only guess.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that. That's not fair, but, something's weird about her career.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a Natalia Silva coming out party. I think it's going to be like, wow, she beat the shit out of Rose, and we know how good Rose is. But, I think Rose is a little bit over the hill at this point, and as you said, it's not her natural weight class. I see Natalia Silva maybe even getting a finish. And I think it's going to prop her up for a title shot.
She didn't finish any of those girls, huh?
Nope.
Wow, okay.
But dude, I mean, that's tough.
No doubt about it. So it's funny. I went back and watched the Alexa Grasso fight because I heard people talking so much about Natalia Silva. And I wasn't, as impressed. I saw highlights, and I remember thinking, wow, I must have fallen asleep during the fight or something when it originally aired. I wasn't, as wowed by her watching the full fight. But she's got a nice chipping away style with like, I don't know if it's Muay Thai or what, but she's got really nice kicks.
Yeah.
She hits hard. She moves around well. She does like a lot of what Rose does well, but with more power. And I believe not as good, even though I do believe, I'll agree with you. I think Natalia Silva takes a unanimous decision.
I think finish. I think it's going to be a finish, and everybody's going to be like, damn, she's really good.
This would be the time to do it, dude, on a Paramount card.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's not that I'm not excited about women's fights ever, but like they need to be great for me to really care. And I think this is a good fight, an interesting fight, but I agree. Rose has 2, 3, 4 things working against her.
Yeah. This fight, though.
Fight of the night.
This is going to be fight of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Arnold Allen versus Jean Silva.
Yeah.
Arnold Allen is a 230 underdog. His most recent victory is over Giga Chikadze by unanimous decision, and his most recent losses are to Movsar Evloev and Max Holloway. I mean, those are fantastic losses.
Fantastic losses,
Great
yeah.
losses.
And the Movsar fight. No one lost that fight.
Yeah, it was close.
Close. They banged. I loved it. They both stayed in the... Oh, that fight was awesome.
Jean Silva, despite him losing his most recent fight, is still a 300 favorite. And Jean Silva's last 3 is a loss to Diego Lopez, and he subbed Bryce Mitchell, and he beat Melsik Bagdasarian.
Yes. This fight, there's just so much more at play than we see on paper. So,
Yeah.
What do you think? What's your take?
Man, I think Jean Silva is going to get a finish.
Okay.
I think, hey, y'all must have forgot how good Jean Silva is. After the Diego Lopez performance, I'm still extremely high on him, even though everyone else wrote off the fighting nerds. I think Jean Silva is still the man. Arnold Allen is the perfect partner for this fight,
Yeah.
yes, because
great fight. Great
he will
matchup.
throw down.
Yeah.
And I think Silva's going to be a little more powerful and more fast.
Okay. I have so many thoughts on this, so get yours all out.
That's it. I got Silva winning by, I'm going to say, TKO second round.
I think Arnold Allen wins either by a very vicious knockout or a just insane. I know this sounds like a crazy thing to say, but I kind of want to respect what this Yamos Alamamas or whatever, the Ukrainian dude, how he's like, stop calling these fights wars. You don't know what about war is, By the way, that was an accidental, perfect impression of fucking, what's his name? Yuri. I was trying to do the other guy. But anyway, for fucking lack of a better phrase, that was a fucking bloodbath.
Yeah.
Dude. I never wrote on the fighting nerds. You know that I've doubted them from the beginning.
Yeah.
I think Hoofy is going to get exposed throughout his career, not necessarily in his next fight. It's a great matchup for him.
They're just going to give him fun stand-up fights, so he won't be.
But if they try and push him, he will be. And he also kind of left the fighting. When guys leave temporarily, they're fucking gone.
Yeah.
I've never thought that what's his name was all that good. Bahayo. I think the best one is I thought it was Jean Silva, and then I will admit that. But if we look back at Jean Silva, I'm going to tell you why I think Arnold Allen wins. Melsik Bagdasarian. That was an awesome fight, and apparently that guy was a good striker, but who is he? Great, he did well elsewhere, but who is he?
Yeah.
Great Thai striker, Muay Thai striker. Didn't pan out. Silva looked great. Bryce Mitchell just had like an absolute, like, very even fight that he ended up winning at 135 pounds.
Yeah, but Silva was toying with him the whole
against a dude that I didn't even really know. But that's Silva's style. I don't think
he was exaggerating it for Bryce Mitchell, though.
He was definitely exaggerating it for Bryce Mitchell because I think he was playing into Bryce Mitchell as an overly emotional dude. And then Diego Lopez, dude, I just rewatched that fight. Yeah, absolutely. Jean Silva had his moments. Diego dogged his ass. Yes, don't get me wrong. Jean Silva had his moments, and they were nice. But Diego, is so tight in the pocket. He's so like tight,
So is Arnold Allen.
but he's tight in a good way.
Yeah.
And he lets them things fly. I think they get in the pocket, and I think Arnold Allen is too tough, too strong, too proven. Max Holloway lost. He looked pretty good, and it's Max Holloway, possibly the greatest striker in the UFC history. Movsar Evloev. I think the world of Movsar. They sat in the pocket a ton, and that was honestly pretty even. And Giga Chikadze, first of all, didn't he knock Giga out?
I don't think so.
Well, I remember him dogging Giga. It's okay. You don't have to look it up. But I remember him dogging Giga, and I think Giga was pretty good. I think his days are over. For all of that, I think Arnold Allen puts on close to a clinic and kind of buries Jean Silva.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, dog.
All right.
Don't get me wrong. I think it's going to be a bloodbath. I shouldn't say a clinic, but I think that he wins exchanges in the pocket and just is too much and puts Jean Silva out.
I like how we disagree on a lot of these.
This one I've kind of felt pretty strongly about because, like, I don't know, dude. I'm like looking back at Jean Silva and I'm like, yeah, he's looked amazing, but like against who? Because when it came time to bang with a guy that's not even proven to be a champion, but maybe a top 5, top 10 guy who I love, Diego Lopez, he couldn't hang. He lost most of that fight, whether it was by wrestling or even in the striking, he ended up losing.
Yeah, I wonder if Arnold Allen's going to incorporate grappling into this fight at all.
Nah, I don't think so. I think he's just going to stay in the pocket, use beautiful footwork, and just overwhelm Jean Silva. He's not going to have time to play.
Okay.
But I can't wait for this fight, dude.
Oh, I can't wait for all these fights, man.
Is that the last one here?
That's the last one.
I'll pull out my phone and we'll kind of put this away, but let's just touch on a couple undercard fights. Just kind of bullshit on them.
Sure.
Just do quick hits. What time is it?
9:05. We got 5 minutes.
Okay, so we'll just do a couple quick hits on the prelims. So on the prelim, Umar and Davison.
Oh, Umar.
Umar's going to...
By the way, I just want to say, I think there's going to be a lot of finishes on this card. I think there's going to be a lot of knockouts. I think secretly UFC is going to be like, yo, you get a knockout, we'll pay you a lot more, because this is the first thing on Paramount.
Yeah.
I think they're telling the fighters, like, show out. I think we're going to get a lot of knockouts.
Because there's a lot of guys that are show out kind of guys.
Yeah.
I think Umar should just absolutely demolish Davison, but if there's one thing we know about Umar is that he gets clipped. And the money on Davison is crazy. So if you're a betting person, that's a crazy bet. That's probably not going to pay out. But Davison could.
He got power.
He's got power. Teba Gauthier and Andre Puliev.
Gauthier knockout.
Yeah, I think Gauthier, I think they're putting him here for a first round knockout.
Exactly.
And I'm going to say this. I've seen 100 Teba Gauthiers come through the UFC. I'm not on that hype train the way a lot of people are.
I'm on it.
I'm on it for the fact that I think he's going to win his next 2 or 3 or whatever, and he's going to get a lot of first round knockouts. But dude,
what weight class is he in?
185. I mean, how's he going to do with Drickus?
Did you see what his coach said?
What?
He said by the time he gets the belt, Hamzat will be gone, so we don't got to worry about Hamzat.
Yeah, that's a silly fucking thing to say.
No, they got high hopes for that guy.
Okay,
I believe it.
Sure, but what happens if? I mean, he could clip Fluffy, but Fluffy. What if Fluffy just? I mean, what is this guy like in the second round?
Hey, we'll see. What if we never find out, bro?
We'll find out. Nikita Krylov and Modestas Bakakis.
Krylov's getting put out.
I don't know either of these guys like intimately enough, but I just really don't. Yeah, Krylov is like, he's kind of at the end of things.
Yeah.
Perez and Charles Johnson.
Alex Perez?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know about that one.
Yeah. I'm going to rep the STL on this. I'm going to put Charles Johnson for a late knockout.
He beat Joshua Van, right?
I believe so, but it was like one of those like last second knockouts, or like kind of not a lucky knockout, but he's got one of those
I like
high profile knockouts for sure.
I think he could style up on Alex Perez.
Michael Johnson and Alexander Hernandez.
I'm excited for this fight.
I think this is the resurrection of Michael Johnson, and I fully believe it.
Dude, they're both looking good.
Alexander Hernandez did not look good. He got an early stoppage against, who's that curly-headed Ben Askren's son? What's that kid's name?
Chase Hooper.
He got an early stoppage against Chase Hooper in a fight that I believe Chase Hooper would have dogged him. Dude, if there's one guy whose career I really hope the UFC can recognize the potential star power in Chase Hooper and pursue him, because I think that kid is great. And you know what fight I've always wanted to see is...
So you're high on Chase Hooper, but not Atiba Gauthier.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that I've seen 1,000 Atiba Gauthiers.
Okay. And
Chase Hooper is a wizard on the ground. He's a sorcerer on the ground, according to, So, Johnson and Hernandez.
Johnson.
I'll agree with you. I'm going to go Johnson knockout.
Is going to be fighted. That's a low-key fight of the night.
For sure.
They will never give them that award, but I think that fight could be a fucking banger.
Yep. Josh Hockett versus Denzel Washington Freeman.
That's not his name.
No, it's just Denzel Freeman.
I like Josh Hockett, man. I think he's going to win knockout.
Fuck, I know nothing about him. Bantamweight
It's
Ricky...
a wild boy.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, is he just one of them swangers and bangers at heavyweight?
But no, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. He just got that dog in him.
I want to see titties at heavyweight.
Yeah.
That's who
That'd be a fun fight.
Interested in.
That'd be a fun fight.
Ricky Tercios and Cameron Smotherman.
I don't know.
Yeah, Ricky Tercios. The only thing I know about him is him singing Freebird at the fucking weigh-ins once. Adam Fugit and Ty Miller, guys. I'm sorry I don't know either of you. Kevin, do you?
Fugit.
All right, guys. Well, this has been another episode of Casual Academy. We are always going to keep these episodes under 30 minutes. Maybe we'll start incorporating some kind of fun parlays that we think about or whatever.
Yeah, we should.
But for now, man, wow, great card to open up the Paramount era. If you guys have not already liked and subscribed for the channel, we are going to start incorporating these modern Mondays for a different kind of look at history, a look of history that is to come, right? Something that we said and something that we're kind of proud of. However, the main purpose of this channel is to review MMA history fight by fight. We watch every UFC fight, every Pride fight, every Strikeforce fight, and every WEC fight in historical chronological order. Thanks for joining with us. Please like and subscribe. Leave some comments. We'll let us know what your thoughts are on these fights, and we'll see you guys at the fight Saturday night.
Yeah, and check out the following video to this too, because me and Nathan got some differing opinions. So one person's going to be like, I fucking told you so on the recap of UFC 324. But thank you guys as always, and peace out.
I just want to say one last thing. Generally, whenever there's whenever we generally go back and say one of us was wrong, it's almost always me.
I don't want to say it, but
yeah, it's almost always me, because I'm always like this Arnold Allen fight, he's probably going to get put out just because I said that. Anyway,
JDM going to beat Islam.
I thought JDM was going to.
Islam.
I thought he was. So I saw we can sign this off, but I saw a really interesting Islam talking about why